I'm back. It hasn't been that long since I've been gone, because I posted my collection video. Go watch it. It's probably the best collection video I have because it's the most updated. Oh yeah, I should probably put this away. Whatever. It's probably the most updated one. It is also probably my best. Now, long fans of the channel might wonder, why is the camera a bit higher than it used to be? Well, that's because I bought a tripod. Woo! I actually bought equipment for this channel. I know. I bought a tripod. So collection videos and stuff where I'm walking around is going to be a lot easier. I can actually do videos like going manga shopping. Like, I can actually do those videos now. Will I ever? Probably not. I just found those videos boring. But it will be like, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. I like it. So we have our basic manga log. I do these every month. How it works, you probably already know. I do them from worst to best. So the first volume I go will be the worst volume I read this month. Or I guess the worst series, because sometimes I read multiple volumes of the series. And, you know, it's not like I'm ranking volume 1 of One Piece and volume 28 of one. You know, like, I don't really, it's not like that. But the worst one will be first. I'll talk about that first. And the best one will be last. Let's get on to it. The first volume I have here is a series I am actually dropping after I doubt it. I think after this volume, I'm just done with the series. As My Dress Up Darling, I just don't care anymore. The only two characters I care about are Marin and Gojo. Those are the only two characters I care about. The the young girl or like the girl who's like 18 but is actually like looks super young, basically just a lolly. I don't really care about her. I don't care about her sister. I don't really care about any of the characters. I really liked the series in the beginning where they would just do cosplay and then there would be romance involved and then more cosplay. And then they introduced this giant cast of characters and they started doing group cosplays and stuff. I just don't care. I don't. And then there was this one girl who had like black hair. I think her name was like Akira or something. And I was like, and she like hated Marin or whatever. People thought she hated Marin. It's like, this is actually like a cool development. Let's see where this goes. And it's just revealed that she's like turbo shy. And she actually really likes her, but she can't say anything. It's like classic anime shit that I just don't care about. And also a lot of the characters use a lot of slang that I just can't take seriously at all. There's oh, mega adorbs. That's, oh my, kawaii. I can't fucking read this shit, man. I can't. I just don't care anymore. I really don't. So yeah, I'm dropping the series. This volume wasn't great either. What was the final thing? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, they introduced like another series for Gojo to do. And it is like a cool like cliffhanger, like, oh, the new cosplays Gojo's gonna do is like related to his Hina dolls. That's pretty cool. That's interesting. But I know it's about to be some bullshit later, so I'm just done. Next, we have a big jump in quality. We have Go-Go Loser Ranger, volume 6 and 7. I read both of these volumes. Not the rest of the volumes, but the volumes that like came out between me buying them. This is the last volume I have. Like, I think it's 8 and 9, I think, are out right now, and then 10's on pre-order. I think. I bought them already. They're in the mail. So, what do I think about Go-Go Loser Ranger? It's really good. I didn't really like the 6th volume. The 6th volume I thought was super boring. But I did like the 7th volume a lot more. I just don't understand the main character at all. I think after Blue's death, like the Blue Ranger's death, I disliked it a lot more. Definitely. But later, but the actual fight scene and stuff was pretty cool. And then this volume, there's like a really cool like time thing happening, and it's super interesting. And then it leaves on a cliffhanger, a really interesting cliffhanger that I want to read. So I'm enjoying it so far. I'm going to keep reading. I just really want to see where the series go. And the anime looks, I know the anime just came out, at least when I'm filming this. It looks incredible. Hopefully it gets to this part. It probably won't. It'll probably end around the Blue Ranger's death, which is this volume. But it is like a super interesting series that I'm enjoying. Alright. Next, we've got a single volume, Sakamoto Days, Volume 11. Oh, whoops, I dropped it. I don't really remember a lot about this volume. I remember that I liked it. Again, it's really just same old Sakamoto Days. Amazing fight scenes. The fight scenes are incredible. The backstories are okay. I like some of the characters, but the writing just isn't like anything special. A lot of characters just say shit that I would like expect them to say. It's just so, it's like Blue Lock writing, but without any of the cool edginess to it. Like Blue Lock writing is like edgy teenagers telling the other person like to fucking suck their dick. It's like that, but just the lazy aspects of the Blue Lock writing and none of the good shit. Like just none of it. That's why it's just so, like, the writing is just so lackluster. But, like, everything else is super, super cool. I love the school that they're at. I love the setting. I love how the database is, like, one of the characters' grandfather. That's really cool. Again, like, the fight scenes are incredible. Also, there's a really good, like, sense of, like, I guess, dread when it comes to the villains. Like, the villains feel unbeatable to a certain extent. Like, they feel super strong. And I do like how we got introduced to, like, in the beginning, Sakamoto Days, and then they're like, oh, he's the greatest hitman of all time. He was fucking the strongest person in the world. And now we're getting introduced to people who could rival or even easily defeat Sakamoto. So we're just kind of like, shit, how can we beat this guy, you know? Alright. Next, I've got a volume I thought I was going to like a lot more. And I did. I really liked this volume. But I thought I was going to like a lot more. And that's the Shokugeki no Sanji story. One Piece, Shokugeki no Sanji. This is basically just Food Wars and One Piece. I think the Food Wars author and artist both just did like a collaboration and just did One Piece. And it's really good. Like, it does a lot of different stories. It even goes to like Wano, which is like, I'm not even part of Wano yet. I haven't even been to Wano yet. But it's cool. Like, it doesn't spoil anything crazy. I don't know. I just didn't like enjoy this as much as I thought. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as much as like I would about Food Wars. But with the character writing of like One Piece, with the hype and amazing art of Food Wars, I thought I was gonna fucking love this shit. I didn't, but that's fine. It was still really, really enjoyable. Surprisingly, a lot more like sexy scenes with Sanji than like any other woman in this. Like, it really feels like they're trying to play Sanji as like this sex master instead of like any of the, because that's like the point of Food Wars, is to like show the fucking women being naked and orgasming when the fucking they eat their food. But Sanji, it's like, I will cook you the perfect dish, and I know when you're gonna come as soon as you take a bite. I'm like, cool. I mean, I guess I don't really read Food Wars or this for like the porn of it. Anyway, so it's still interesting. It's still good no matter what. It's just a weird thing that I observed. And it's honestly just really, really like fun. It's just fun. Like, I will never call Food Wars or this like a masterpiece or a deep psychological philosophy fucking story of media or whatever the fuck. It's just fun. I just enjoy it. I enjoy it so much. It's one of the funnest things you could honestly read and or watch because of the Food Wars anime. It's just pure hype. Next, we have Tokyo Ghoul, Volume 4. I honestly wish I could place this higher. I don't really have a problem with this volume. Well, I kind of do. There's like two, I think, at least of what I've read of the first 4 volumes, there's like 2 main storylines or I guess themes in Tokyo Ghoul so far. And that's Kaneki accepting that he's half ghoul, half human, but he's really a ghoul. Kaneki accepting that, and the story around how Kaneki became a ghoul and just the lore around it. I'm way more interested in the first one. The first one is so much more interesting to me. The second one is it's interesting enough, but we do get a lot of the second plot in this volume. It is a lot of, showing more world building and more characters and intriguing more of the mystery about who is Rize and who are these other ghouls and who killed Rize and, and a lot of other stuff, which is fine. It's interesting. We get introduced to like the gourmet, I think his name is, or like the gourmet chef. And it's cool. Didn't expect ghouls eating other ghouls in this story. Like I just didn't. It's like a weird thing to put in this story. I just didn't expect it. It just feels really out of place for like this like a bunch of ghouls just fucking eating people and shit, and then there's this human who's a fucking huge guy and he like kills people. It's like such a weird out of place thing that I like just didn't expect at all. Next we have Windbreaker, volumes 4 and 5. I read this, obviously, and I enjoyed it enough. It seems like we're getting into a new arc, I guess. Volume 4 starts off with the ending of like the final fight of the first arc. If you're watching the anime of Windbreaker, it's like the first like school versus school thing. It's the ending of it. It's like really it's really good. I just love Windbreaker, man. It's so like generic, but it's so charming at the same time. It has like so much charm. A lot of I think I said this in my collection video, but a lot of characters don't really get like these crazy like backstories, I guess, or these crazy like things to show why they're this way or that or whatever. But they do like certain things, or the author does like certain things to show a character's personality other than just here's a 10 chapter long backstory on why this character's like this. That's really cool to me. And I love how the fights, this is going to sound really dumb because like back in the day, every shonen used to do this, but now it's like not as common, sadly. Every single fight feels like there is some type of theme or some type of battle of ideologies or something metaphorical or I guess deep, if you want to call it. It's not really deep, but something metaphorical happening outside of the fight. Like in the final fight between the white-haired guy and then the number 1 at the other school, it really isn't even about the actual fight. The fight's cool. Like, the action is really cool. But it's more about this guy coming to terms with the fact that he started this gang and he's just hurt more people because of his selfishness and because of his idiocy. It's really interesting. It's really cool. I really like it. And then later on, it gets a lot better as well when we meet ripped guy, orange hair. He's really cool. We meet I think his name is Kaiji or something like that. He has like headphones on. He's super cool as well. We get a lot of stuff with Othello-kun, Sakura. Really good. I just enjoy it a lot. After that, we've got a series that you might not have been expecting. So, before I get into the series, I should clarify, at the beginning of the year, I did this thing where I said what I wanted to read every single month for, like the entire year, basically. And this month was supposed to be the Naruki Urasawa month. So I would read both Monster and Pluto to completion. I did not do that. You'll see Monster later in the video. But here's Pluto. It is the first 2 volumes. I didn't finish it. My bad. First time that has ever happened, by the way. First time I've ever not finished something. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed Pluto. It wasn't anything fantastic. I think I'm just burnt out from Monster, honestly, on this guy's style. I liked it. It just didn't have the charming characters that Monster did. It didn't have the suspenseful and quick-paced plot that Monster did. It didn't have the great art. I wouldn't say great art. The better art that Monster did. I would say the art is a little bit worse here. And I just don't care about this world of robots and humans, and I don't really care about this plot of like this guy going around and killing the most advanced robots. I just don't really find it super interesting. But I still enjoy it a lot. Like, it still have that Naruki Urasawa charm. It still has it. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. The world, like I even though I said I don't really care about the world is pretty interesting. I like how when you meet a character, you kind of have to wonder if they're a robot or a human, and that relates back to the theme of what is humanity, and like if AI gets further advanced, can we really call each other humans with AI in the picture? It becomes really interesting, and I can tell that later in the volumes it's going to be a lot better. And it's going to get a lot more development. I mean, that's just not how Naruki Urasawa works. He just makes things better. Yeah, I enjoyed Monster, though, a little. I finished Monster. It's in the blog, but, you know. Alright. Next, we have The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, Volume 9. I really like this series. I just really like it. I think it's hilarious. This is one of the funniest series. Probably the funniest series I've ever read. Even in the first page. Literally in the first page. Let me read you this line. Rumors tell of a mysterious girl that appears without warning to give unbelievably euphoric massages to girls' sports teams. After the Idols show and the sumo wrestling and everything else happened in the last volume, I thought my girlfriends would love appointments with this mystery masseuse. Did you catch that? Did you catch it when you said the last volume? There is such like small details in this manga of everybody just breaking the fourth wall, and nobody acknowledges it ever. This is so funny. This is just such a funny series. The only problem I have with it, and this is literally the only problem, I mean, other than like, there's no complex themes and it doesn't make me cry every volume. You know, that's a problem, I guess. But other than that, it's the fan service. I just don't care for fan service in manga. If I want to go and watch porn, I'll go watch real people. I never like got like watching cartoons. That like never made any sense to me. So I just don't care for fan service at all in manga. Especially because it's pictures. Like, how am I going to enjoy this? But yeah, I like just never understood it at all. But other than that, this is really, really good. I feel like the volumes of the 100 Girlfriends really just depends on what girlfriends get introduced this volume, and do you like them? I don't really like Momiji that much. She like is like a crazy masseuse. I mean, you heard in that line. She's like a crazy masseuse who like massages only women, and she like really likes to grope women. She has a lot of funny jokes, like a lot of funny jokes. It's really funny in her like introduction chapter, but then later on the series, she kind of just like gropes like one of the girlfriends like in a side panel. It's like, haha, classic Momiji. And it's just not super funny. The next girl is the grandmother, I think. Yeah, the grandmother. She's really cool. There was like a really funny plot where I don't know. It was a really funny plot around here where like she like there's like a fucking FBI agent comes. I don't even know how to explain it. I would have to do a lot of backtracking, but there's one of the girlfriends' grandmother is one of the girlfriends now. Prediction. The 100th girlfriend is the vice principal. And she's gonna take off her glasses. She's gonna have beautiful eyes, and then it's gonna be like her hair gets let down, and all of her makeup goes away, and she's like this beautiful woman, and he's just like, and the main character's gonna be like, fuck, not her. And then he's not gonna be in a relationship with her, and then she's gonna die. That's my prediction. I don't know where that came from, by the way. Next, we have a lot of volumes. Let's see if I can get through this quickly. Tokyo Avengers, volumes 3-4. I read the first volume a while ago. 3-4. 5-6. 7-8. 9-10. 11-12. And finally, 13-14, or just volume 7. I can't explain, like, why I love this series so much. It's so good. Like, I just really, really like it. There's a lot of problems with it, too. Like, how many plot holes there are in this entire series. Takemichi kind of just, like, gets so good, but then also gets so bad, but also gets so good. Like, he's super flip-floppy in his, like, quality of character writing. There's, like sometimes there's, like, a super unnecessary love plot in some arcs, and almost every single villain besides, like, I think his name's Kazutora? I forgot his name. The fucking dude who, like, killed Mikey's brother. Besides him, almost every single villain is just, like, he's an evil guy who runs a gang. That's really it. Like, there's, I think his name's Kenma? I don't even remember his name. There's a fucking guy who's fucking tall as shit. He just wants evil to happen, and then, like, I don't even know. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this. It's like super sad too. Baji, I think his name's Baji. This guy's death, woo, had me heartbroken. That shit was sad as hell. But yeah, like, I just love Tokyo Avengers. It's just, like, it's so, I guess, chill. I like, the characters are just super fun. A lot of the characters are just really, really, like, interesting and fun and kind of relatable, but kind of also not relatable. And they all have each other's back, and they, like, have genuine chemistry with each other, and they like each other. Like, that's really, there's no, like, complex hate, love, rivalry. They just like each other. They're just brothers. Like, it's so nice to see that. It's so refreshing. It does feel a lot like a Haikyuu or something, like a sports manga where characters are just friends with each other. It's really awesome. That's really all I got for Tokyo Avengers. I honestly couldn't tell you why I enjoyed this so much. The art, it's not anything crazy, like, detail-wise. Like, if I showed you a panel right now, it's not, like, fantastic. You probably wouldn't be that impressed. But, like, the flow of it, like, just reading it is so great. You get into a flow really easily, and it's very fast-paced. The panels are also really, really big, too, which is really enjoyable, especially because a lot of new manga, like, let me show you a page right here. Like, look how big the panels are. Like, a lot of new manga, I could just take, like, a volume of One Piece, spoilers for One Piece, I guess, and, like, most of it is gonna be, like, I gotta try to find it, because a lot of it is, there's not a lot here, but if you go, like, hold on, I'll find it. If you go, like, a later volume of One Piece, you could just turn a page, and it's just, like, words and like, you can't even tell what's happening. Like, what is happening in this page, you know? The panels are big, but there's so many words and details, and the art kind of reminds me of Bleach. The art actually does remind me a lot of Bleach. At least of Tokyo Avengers, not One Piece. Where, like, a lot of backgrounds are white and they're not really detailed, and it kind of helps with the drama and the character emotions with it, and it makes things more cinematic, and I just really enjoy it. Alright, we have 2 series left. Second, and this might come to a surprise, might not, it's Monster. Listen, when you see the volume that came in first, you'll understand, alright? And I'm extremely biased towards the number 1 series. Monster, it's 2, 3, oh my god, there's so much manga on the floor, bro. 4, you get the point. I read to volume 9. I'm done. The series is ended. I'm not going to give a crazy review here. One, the video is already like almost 30 minutes long. And two, on my Twitter, or on my X, I guess, I already did like a giant thread review. Go look at that if you really want my opinions. But it's just fantastic. I love Monster so much. I guess I feel like every single pro that I could say has already been said in other videos. So I'm just going to go with cons that I don't think people talk about enough. One, the series is surprisingly non-linear. Sometimes, like, the pacing is, like, so weird. Sometimes we'll go, like, this incredible arc of, like, one of my, like, favorite moments is, like, the firehouse scene where there's a giant fire and the guy in the wheelchair is with Johan. It's fantastic. It's paced incredible. And then it'll just go to the next moment and we'll get introduced to these, like, new characters and we get introduced to this entire story. Unpopular opinion, Naruki Urasawa, I can't just jump into a character's life and just be expected to be invested in them. Now, granted, a lot of times after the second or third chapter, I am. But, like, he'll, like, put you in a first, and then you just want to stop reading, because I don't even care anymore. I don't. But it's still, like, fantastic. Another issue, Dr. Tenma, the main character, is, like, barely in this manga for some reason. I feel like in volumes, like, 3 to, like, 6, he's just not in it, like, at all. It's a lot of side characters doing stuff, and that kind of just annoys me. I like it when the main character is the central point of the story, because he's the main character for a reason. Like, if you have a series where it would be so much more interesting, where if a different character was the main character, then why is he the main character? Like, the only series that I can think of that does this well with, like, a character being more interesting if he was a main character is One Piece. Like, how interesting would, like, a sequel series or spinoff of Gold Roger's story? That shit would be so fire. But the reason he's not the main character is because, one, he's the driving motivation for literally every character in the entire series. And two, he's dead. So, you know, he can't really be the main character anymore. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Monster. The main character is barely in the series at all, and it annoys the shit out of me. This is how I talk about Goodnight Poon Poon. And people think, oh, you hate Goodnight Poon Poon? No, I fucking love that shit. Goodnight Poon Poon is fantastic. I love it. But since every other person has said the pros of the series and given its flowers, I gotta be the asshole who gives it its cons. That's what I'm doing with Monster. Another problem, the art. It's not fantastic. A lot of the times there'll be like action scenes, not really action scenes, but times when characters are running or moving around. It's just hard to see what's happening. It's just really difficult. I feel like that's really it on my cons. Oh yeah, also character designs. Sometimes I can't even tell who's talking. But besides that, it's fucking fantastic. Favorite character, by the way. Favorite character. Gotta announce this. Best character. Grimmer. He's the best character, bro. Wolfgang Grimmer has to be the best character, bro. He's one of the best characters in manga. I'm convinced, bro. He's so awesome. His death is like the saddest thing in the entire world, too. Yeah, Monster is fantastic. It has one of the best villains I've ever seen in media. I gotta say, I love Johan. I love how he's not like a mustache twirling, oh, it was all a part of my plan. Like, we can actually see the manipulation happening in real time, and we can actually see how these characters are trusting Johan and believing in him. Like, this scene, I guess spoilers, but I've been spoiling Monster all the time. The scene where, like, there's, like, the scene where, like, this old, like, I don't want to say old, but this detective guy is confiding in who we think is Nina, right? And he's confiding in her, like, almost every single day. He's like, please, like, you can't tell anyone, but this is what's happening in this case. And it happens for a lot of chapters. And then the final chapter, he's like, hey, I'm a criminal now. I can't be here. I'm like, my mom hates me. Like, I'm going to go visit her. I can't talk to you anymore, but thank you for finding me. She's like, no, no problem. And then we see her, and she's walking back to her hotel, and it's a really bustled down hotel, and everyone's saying hi to her. And we're like, hey, Nina, hey, how's it going? And it's really just like, I don't want to say disgusting. It's like really like just not good quality hotel, I guess. She's going down there, she's going back, she goes to the hotel. She looks a bit off, and she walks in, she's getting undressed, and then she takes her wig off, and it's fucking Johan. Do you know how loud I screamed when I saw that shit? And then, looking back, I was like, how the fuck did I not see? This isn't Nina. She doesn't act like this. What is this shit? This is mutiny. Oh my. All the mysteries in this story are fantastic. And don't get me started on the themes. I love the theme of fucking like Johan being in this cycle of death all the time, and the one thing that saves him is finally becoming alive. I don't even know how that makes sense, but it's fantastic. Like, it's so good. I need someone smarter than me to tell me what the themes are in Monster, because I feel like there's like 25 different things that I missed, and I need someone smarter than me to tell me. Okay. And finally, let me move these volumes because I didn't show volume 9. We have the final volume, and just to let you know, I am incredibly biased. It's The Boxer, volume 6. Like, how was it not going to be? The ending fight between Takeda, I think his name is, Takeda, Yu versus Yuto. Yuto versus Yu, is fantastic. I fucking love it. It's like one of the best fights I've ever seen in any medium. And it's not because it's like super flashy or like super just like well drawn. It's just the themes behind it and the way it ends. As soon as I got to this panel, I thought Yuto was actually going to win. I thought he would win, or at least get like one good punch off him. And just feeling that despair of turning the next page, literally the next page, and this being the next page. That hurts, bro. That hurts. And it's so good. So good. I can't even explain how much I felt reading this. Just like how hard work, I don't even know how to. So this entire match is about hard work versus talent. That's what it is. Almost every single match has been like a battle of ideologies. Like the what's it called? The match between you and the I think he's like the rookie killer. Obviously it's good environment versus bad environment, you know? Or it's obviously like villain versus hero, because they really should switch sides. Or it's obviously like how perception is shown through the audience. It's fantastic. The second fight, Jean-Pierre versus you, is obviously about striving for perfection and striving for love. That's the fight. That's the fight. This one, Yuto versus you, hard work versus talent. This next one, I'm guessing, versus Fabrizio Samnatizo or whatever the fuck. It's probably going to be something like mind versus body or something like that, probably. I'm guessing, because he plays mind games on people. So that's what I'm assuming. Every single fight is not even a battle of ideology, but a battle of themes and a battle of which can prevail. And every single time, the one that prevails is you. And he represents basically just the feeling of despair and the feeling of death. Really. Every single time he prevails. And it is just so damn heart. You know how many tears I shed for fucking Yuto, bro? You know how many tears? And the last volume, bro. The last volume, I shed so many tears, bro. Oh my god. I can't even explain how good this volume is. I'm gonna have to do a, hold on, I forgot about this moment. I'm gonna have to do a series review on this story. I remember, hold on. This fucking panel had me like fucked up for so many days. This one right here. If you've read the series, you know why. If you haven't, then, you know, whatever. But if you've read the series, you know why. It's like, you know why. Like, I'm speechless. I'm literally speechless. I can't. And also, I'm also a boxer too. I love boxing. I watch it all the time. I do it all the time. So this series just hits extra home for me. I think this series is fan-fucking-tastic. I love it so much. It's perfection. It honestly, I know that the Haikyuu 3-in-1s are coming out, and I'm gonna obviously read it, and I'm going to do like a review on it, and I'm gonna reread it. That's how I'm gonna reread it, and I'm gonna do like a series review, like looking back on it. The Boxer might beat Haikyuu as my favorite series of all time. It just might. I don't really know if it will or not. It's this close to getting there. It really is. Probably won't, honestly, depending on how Rizzo match comes out, and then what the black dude, that match is gonna be cool. And then there's like another guy named Victor, who's my, literally my name. That's probably gonna be the best fight of all time. I'm so excited. I just love the Boxer. Also, this volume, strangely wholesome until we get to this fucking panel. Oh my god, bro. This one is so damn wholesome. I love it so much. I love this volume until we get to this fucking panel, bro. Oh my god. If they kill her, I might have to riot. I will literally, I will sink the ocean, bro. I'm not kidding. If she dies, I'm burying the earth, bro. Fucking watch me. I'm gonna go crazy. Okay. That's the end of the video. I'm sorry I make these videos like 40 minutes long and me yapping. Hopefully you stick to the end. Subscribe. Leave a comment. Like the video. Shit. I don't know. Actually, yeah, leave a comment. I love responding to comments. I do it all the time. I try to respond to every comment. Sometimes that doesn't happen. I miss a couple. I try to respond to all of them, though. So leave as many comments as you want, talking about literally whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be about manga. And I'll talk about it. I'll answer it. Bye.